What is up, YouTube? JJC Games here, and welcome back to Exploring Omori Mysteries. That has been quite a while. I mean, just look at my hair. Look at the last time, and then look at now. It's a lot bigger. But anyway, the point is, it's been a while. So let's just jump straight into it. So the other day, or like 2 weeks ago, right? I uploaded a video like usual. And then I got a comment, and this comment says, what happens if Omori and Basil, I mean it's spelled wrong, but you know, Basil didn't do their plan. So from this, I read this comment and my brain was like, how did I not come up with this idea before? So this comment has spawned 2 video ideas, which is what I want to present today. So I saw this comment and I come up with 2 video ideas, which is what would happen if what the comment says, what if they didn't do their plan, and the other is what we're talking about today, is what if the truth itself just never happened. What if it is like, what if we got an actual good ending? All right, so that's what we're gonna explore today. Next video is probably gonna be what if the truth did happen, but Basil and Sunny don't do their plan, and that's the plan right now. So without wasting any more time, let's just jump straight into it. Like, close. So obviously the first difference is that Marie is now alive. Very obviously, because Sunny doesn't push Marie down the stairs. I mean, I'm gonna assume that they still have their little argument, right? Because in the canonical timeline, they still have their argument and everything. The only difference now would be that Sunny does not push Marie, and instead he just like runs away or something. He successfully runs away instead of accidentally pushing her down the stairs. So obviously Marie's still alive, right? And you know, they have a little argument. Sunny breaks the violin and everything. The only difference now is that I think Sunny would just like run away, right? He would run away either down the stairs or back to his room or something. He would run without pushing Marie. And then after a while, Marie would probably like calm down, and then she'd be like, oh my god, why am I treating my brother like this? Why am I being such a bad word to him? And she'd probably eventually go to Sunny and then like apologize and comfort him, be like, Sunny, I'm sorry for pushing you too hard, and I hope you can forgive me and everything. And then they hug and then they cry and everything's happy now. Everything's happy. All right, this is all just a theoretical, much happier ending that we all wish could happen, but it doesn't, sadly, because this is Omori. And then after all of this, the big question for me is like, whoa, will Sunny go back to the violin or just like give up on it? Because he did go through quite the traumatizing thing, I guess, was what you would call it. Because I mean, he had this whole thing. He started hating it, and he got into this whole argument with his sister, and he broke the violin and everything. So I don't know if he would go back to playing it, but I feel like if he would, it would just be like for fun, right? He would be like, no more perfectionism, just let me just play. Then he wouldn't be so angry at it. And he yeah, and if he did it just for fun, he wouldn't like sacrifice his time with his friends. Like, that's one of the big reasons why he hated it. And he just doesn't like his free time just to like have fun, I guess, or play with his sister, then he wouldn't grow this entire resentment towards it, and he probably wouldn't get into any more arguments with Marie. So I personally think if he does go back, it would be only for fun. And other than that, then he would probably still hate it. So then I also think that another big difference would be that Sunny and his family probably wouldn't even move at all, because you know, the whole reason they moved was like for a fresh new start, for a fresh new beginning and everything, right? So if the truth never happens, right, then they don't really need, I guess, a fresh new start. Well, maybe they would, but I feel like it's a lot less likely, because I personally feel that the whole reason they moved was because they wanted to, I guess, move away from this traumatic place in faraway town, and then they could just get like a new beginning, right? They won't have to be reminded of it constantly because they don't live in that area anymore. But without all of that happening, they'll probably just stay, and then they wouldn't need to separate from all their friends and stuff. And also, Sunny's father might actually stay and be a good father. And you know, he would plant trees with Sunny now, you know. Sunny joins the tree gang and they're vibing, they're planting trees. That's what they do. But anyway, Yeah. What else? What else? That'd be happy. That'd be everything's happier. Oh yeah, so Sunny would probably also not close himself off and go to school and go outside because he doesn't have to close himself off, because the whole reason he did was because he wanted to cope with the truth, because basically every bad thing happened because of truth. And now that Sunny no longer has the truth, he's happy now. Well, happier than he would be, I guess. Basil would also be a lot happier and healthier because he no longer has to live with all of the guilt. That is the truth, because I mean, making a plan of faking a suicide and executing it is like probably is no, not probably, most certainly extremely traumatizing, and a whole bunch of guilt gets in your head and everything. So yeah, Basil won't have to deal with all of that anymore. Although I personally feel that the way I see it is that Basil does seem like before the truth even happened, he already kind of had, I guess, mental health issues or stuff like that. But at least now we can work through it without all of the guilt making it worse and just piling up in his head and him being more and more depressed, I guess. But now he doesn't have to do that, and now he can just make more photos and plant more plants and be bagel guy forever. Kel will continue being Kel. I mean, nothing else needs to be said. But actually, I mean, I personally don't. Nothing would really change because Kel obviously was the one who dealt with the truth and Maria and everything the best. So not really much would change other than the fact that like he would still stay with his old friends because they wouldn't part away because the truth doesn't happen, and Kel would never have to, I guess, to go through the trauma of the truth again, like, and he would never have to go through the whole thing with Hero where Hero shouted at him and everything. So yeah, Kel will still be Kel, maybe just a bit happier, like he's probably right here in terms of happiness, and now he's gonna go up here or something. I don't know if you could see how high it went, but it wasn't that much higher. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Kel will now forever have burgers on his mind. Now, see, now that I said it, what was I gonna say? That made the joke 10 times worse. But anyway, moving on. So Aubrey would definitely have a much different story than if the truth happened, because she would no longer, become this hateful person towards her friends, because she no longer has to deal with the truth, and her friends don't either. So there would be no feeling of abandonment for her, because they'll probably still stay together because there's no reason for them to separate. And they'd stay together, and Aubrey wouldn't be all abandoned and all hateful towards them. So she would probably grow up with her friends like usual and be happier. And the thing, this is the thing. I don't know if she would meet with the hooligans, because obviously they're like bad people, I guess. That's the way they seem. And since she's not this hateful person anymore, then I don't know if she would actually meet them and become friends. But you never know. They could probably still become friends despite not the truth not happening and everything. Because, Aubrey and Kim did seem to be very good friends. But anyway, maybe that's a whole different video with the hooligans if they're bad people or not. But anyway, let me look at this real quick. See, like, the script is right here. That just reminded me there's a comments that are like, you should use a script. I'm like, there's always a script. I'm just so bad at reading. Alright, so final thing I just wanted to add was that she would probably still end up dyeing her hair, because like we saw in the memory, she wanted to dye her hair with Marie, so they'll probably both end up dyeing their hair together and be happy friends again. And be happy. Yeah, I literally just said that. But anyway, that's about it for Aubrey. Hero would be significantly happier because, well, his lifelong partner, right, actually gets to be lifelong, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be lifelong partners, right? Like, after they've been like close and together for so long, I'm pretty sure that's how they would end up being. And now that Marie stays alive, what happened to my voice? But what happened? But anyway, now that Marie stays alive, Hero no longer has to go through like this depression and close himself off and everything. And maybe he even ends up becoming a chef, because it's like Marie was like, I guess Marie wanted him to be a chef. I think I don't remember clearly, but I'm pretty sure. Or maybe he becomes a doctor, or maybe he becomes both because that's just how good he is at everything. And Marie, of course, would be alive, like I said before, and I think she'd probably work on developing a better relationship with Sunny because she was obviously like worsening it and putting a whole bunch of pressure on him with the recital and everything. So after their whole little argument happens, then she's probably gonna work on improving it again or making it back to how it was before, and they'll have a healthier relationship as siblings and be happier, I guess. And maybe one day they'll, play the recital again and everyone actually get to see it instead of all of it happening inside of Sunny's mind because of the truth and everything. But anyway, yeah, they'll play in the recital, everyone will be watching, it'll all be happy, and yeah, all in a dream. None of this is real. This is so sad. And finally is Omori, the Sunny's alter ego, of course. And here's the thing, right? Omori's entire existence relies on the fact of the truth, right? The whole reason Omori exists is so Sunny could escape from his problems and everything. So if none of those problems ever happened from the truth and everything, then I don't know if there will really be a reason for Sunny and all of headspace and black space and white space to exist. Because he no longer has to escape from the truth. Unless he goes through some like other traumatic things in his life, then maybe he will be born and he'll escape from his problems and Marie will have to help him or something. But I think it's like more likely than not that Omori just doesn't exist, at least not in the way it does in the game, if the truth never happens. So, in the short, right, if the truth never happens, literally every single character in Omori and every single player of Omori is happier. But you already know, this is Omori, the game where happiness is not permitted. So that's it for this part of the video. So next week we'll talk about what happens if, Sunny and Basil, if the whole thing happens but they don't do their plan, right? We'll explore what happens if that is what happened. I feel like a teacher being like, okay, next class we're gonna talk about this. I don't know why, but anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. But for now, goodbye. Oh yeah, wait. You see back there, I don't know why there's an Avengers poster. No, actually, because I got it after I watched the movie, but that's the last Marvel movie I ever watched. You know what the real good poster is? Look, I'll show you. There it is. He's constantly watching me. Every waking moment, he's watching me. Help.